Sunrise International School. Inshallah, this session I'm gonna explain chapter 9 lesson 6 for grade 9 geometry, which is called dilation. So our topic for today is dilation. First of all, we need to understand what is the meaning of dilation. We had at the beginning of this session chapter the transformation. The chapter means transformation, and the dilation is one type of transformation. So what is the transformation means? Transformations we had before, it means that we have to change the position of the figure from position A to position B by sliding or reflecting or rotating, finally, or by dilation. So we need to understand what is the meaning of dilation. Dilation is a transformation that required center of dilation and scale factor. We need to understand every single part step by step. If we look at this figure in front of your eyes, we can see that triangle BRQ, which is black, has been changed to the blue triangle, which is B prime, R prime, Q prime. We change the position of this is black triangle to the blue triangle by what we call the dilation. With respect to the fixed point, which is C, the point C here stands for the center of dilation, or the fixed point, or the reference point. So each point, which is P, Q, and R, has been moved to position B prime, Q prime, R prime with respect to the point C. So in general, the mathematical formula for dilation can be written in the form in front of your eyes: D parentheses N and C. N stands for the scale factor, Z stands for the center of dilation. So dilation in general means transformation that require a center of dilation and scale factor. What is the scale factor stands for? This is scale factor can make the original figure or the pre-image enlarged or reduced. How can we do that? If the value of the n, which is the scale factor, is greater than 0 and less than 1, the dilation will be reduced. If the value of the n is greater than 1, the dilation will be enlarged. Somebody will ask me, Mr., does the value of n can take 1? Yes, it does. But in this case, the dilation will be the same. What does it mean? The pre-image and image will be coincides. No change in size. No change in size. So what I'm saying right now, according to the figure in front of your eyes, the dilation, changing the position or the size of this is pre-image to be a difference if it's enlarged or reduced, and this is enlargement or reduction depends on the value of n. Now we reach to a point, how can we find out the value of n? If the graph has been given to you, how can I get the n from the graph according to your graph in front of your eyes? The n can be obtained from the image over the original. The image over the original. If we look at this figure, we can find out that the CR prime can be equal to n multiplied by the CR. So the new position of R, which is R prime, can be obtained by the multiplication of the n, which is the factor of scale factor of the dilation multiplied by the original length, which is CR, And finally, we need to get a conclusion here that dilation by using the scale factor, this scale factor can make the original figure enlarged or smaller. We have to know the final conclusion that the pre-image and image should be similar under the dilation, and this will be the final conclusion for the dilation. We need to move to another part of our lesson. The second part of our lesson is how to find out the scale factor. Number 2, how to find out the dilation. Number 3, how to use the scale factor to find out the length. The first part we need to talk about is how to find out the scale factor. I got one question in front of your eyes here. Question number 1 says, is Dn and O, which is 0, the figure J, K, L, M equal to J prime, K prime, L prime, M prime, an enlargement or reduction? What is the scale factor N of the dilation? I need you guys to know and understand one thing. The student should observe the difference between the image and the pre-image. You have to understand this point because this is very important. You have to look at the given figures and you have to focus in and make a comparison between the pre-image and image. If the pre-image is larger than the image, it's reduction, and vice versa, which is that pre-image is less than or smaller than the image, that means it's an enlargement. So according to this is topic, or according to this what we call right now, if you look at the given figures in front of your eyes, the black figure is the pre-image and the blue figure is image. According to what we said before, this is a type of reduction or enlargement. It's obvious and clear, it's reduction. So I have multiple choices here, A, B, C. So I'm gonna go with multiple choices number C, which is reduction, and then equals 1/2. The next challenge is how can I get the N? N always equal the image over the pre-image length. So the dilation N and O means the center of rotation, the center of dilation is at O, the origin, which is O. N is required, which we got it 1/2. How can we get this N? So we have to get the fraction or the ratio between the image over the pre-image. The image is from O to K prime is 3 units divided by the image, the pre-image, which is OK, which is 6 units. So 3/6 in a simplest form will be 1/2. And this is matching with what we said before. The first point is how to get the scale factor. So the scale factor again is equal to image over pre-image, the ratio between the image over the pre-image, and the type of the dilation depends on the value of N. If N is between 0 and 1, it's reduction. If N is greater than 1, it means enlargement. Now we're done with the first part, which is how to find out the scale factor. The second point is how to find out the dilation image. According to this, we have a question. The question is, what are the coordinates of the vertices of D2 2 for triangle BZG and graph the image of the triangle BZG. So I'm gonna start off with finding out the coordinates of each vertex of the triangle BZG. And you have to understand that the scale factor in this question is 2, because the question states here 2 D2. What it means, I have a scale factor n is 2. First of all, I need to get the pre-image vertices, the vertices of the pre-image. The vertices of the pre-image for the points BG and Z. First of all, the coordinates of the point B is 2 and -1. The coordinates of the point Z is -2 and 1. The coordinates of the point G is 0 and -2. The strategy in this type of question, you have to multiply the x-axis and y-axis by the same n, which is 2, to get the images. So B primes, which is the image of B according to the dilation by the scale factor 2, is gonna be 2 multiply 2 and 2 multiply -1. So the final result will be 4 and -2. The image of the Z, which is Z prime, is gonna be -4 and 2. And final, the image of G is 2 multiply 0 and 2 multiply -2. So the final result will be 0 and -4. So you guys have to do this as a homework, which is drawing or graphing the new triangle, which is B prime, Z prime, G prime, has the vertices 4, -2 for B prime, -4 and 2 for Z prime, 0 and -4 for the G prime, and this will complete the answer in this question. So right now we're done with the second part of the lesson, which is called how to find out the dilation image. That we done with the second part, which is finding out the dilation image. We need to move forward to the third part, which is using the scale factor to find out the length. This is the third part. So I have a question for this part. We need to solve it together. The question said that the height of a document in your computer screen in 20.4 centimeters. When you change the zoom setting on your screen from 100% to 25%, the new image of your document is a dilation of the previous image with scale factor 0.25. What is the height of the new image? Again, I'm gonna read the question again. The height of the document in your computer screen is 20.4 centimeters. When you change the zoom setting on your screen from 100% to 25%, the new image of your document is a dilation of the previous image with scale factor. I have the scale factor now, which is 0.25. What is the height of the new image? So I need to tell you something before we start solving this question. I have some multiple choices here. A is 5.1 centimeter, B is 15.3 centimeters, number C is 27.2 centimeters, and D is 81.6 centimeters. I need you to understand, you guys, here something very important. Once the N is between 0 and 1, that means it's enlargement or reduction. It's obvious and clear, it's reduction. So the new length will be less than 20. So the answer will be A, which is 5.1. How can we get this? By multiplying N, which is 0.25, by the original length, which is 20.4, the result will be right away 5.1 centimeter. After that, we need to have some general exercises to cover what we've been through. We had question number 1 in front of your eyes here. The question states that is DN triangle DEF equals triangle D prime, A prime, F prime, an enlargement or a reduction. What is the scale factor N of the dilation? According to the comparison between the image and the pre-image, this is enlargement, because the original, which is the pre-image DEF, is smaller than the D prime, A prime, F prime. So I can get so this is enlargement. So I'm gonna go through A or B. So I have to pick up choice A or choice B. So right now I focus on A or B. So I need to make sure which the enlargement. So you have to be smart student. How? If you choose A, B, that means the N will be less than 1. That means it's not enlargement. So the best choice is A, because 1.5 is more than 1. So is matching with the given case, which is enlargement. So enlargement means greater than 1. And if you go through the figure, it will be correct. So the best choice here is gonna be A, enlargement 1.5. We need to go to the next question. The next question here states that quadrilateral omega xyz has the coordinates omega -3 and 2, x 1 and 3, y 2 and -2, and z -1 and -2. What are the coordinates of the vertices of the D2 omega xyz? So the dilation with the scale factor 2. So I have to, as I said before, you have to multiply each vertex by the scale factor, which is gonna be 2. For example, here omega prime will be -6 and 4, x prime will be 2 and 6, y prime will be 4 and -4, and z prime will be -2 and -4. And this will be the answer for the question number 2. And finally, we need to have some general questions to end up this lesson, and I hope you, inshallah, get the topic. Question number 1, which transformation does not represent a dilation? The multiple choices gives you, the first multiple choice is 2 circles, the second is another 2 circles, the third is 1 triangle and square, the third is 2 triangles. According to the definition of dilation, the choice which does not represent a dilation is the third choice. Question number 2, which transformation does not represent a dilation? It's obvious and clear, the number 4, which is pre-image and image. They are different, they have different criteria. That means they are not a dilation. By the end of our lesson, I hope you guys understand what we've been through. Thank you very much for watching this video, and inshallah next time we will give you another lesson. I hope you do good. Thank you very much for watching this video. Thank you so much. Have a good day and have a good time. Thank you. Bye.